You know that incredible feeling, right? That sense of calm and just clarity you get after a good sauna session? But what if I told you that simple heat is actually kicking off this powerful chain reaction deep inside your body and your brain? Well, today we're going to dive into the science to see how this ancient tradition is actually an incredibly potent tool for our modern lives.
Okay, let's just start with this. It's a pretty powerful statement. A woman named Hannah actually told a newspaper that she believes the sauna literally saved her life, helping her pull through a really severe mental health crisis.
I mean, that's a huge claim. So, can a hot room really do that? Let's follow that amazing feeling all the way back to the hard science, starting with what actually happens to your body the moment you step into the heat. To really get what's going on, we have to understand that this is so much more than just, getting warm. It's about how your body powerfully responds to a very specific kind of stress.
It's a process called heat stress. Now, that sounds kind of negative, right? But think of it like lifting weights, but for your cells. That short, intense challenge forces your body to adapt and get stronger, making you more resilient in the long run.
So, what does this exercise for your cells actually look like in practice? Let's break down the physical effects, everything from your heart all the way to your immune system. Okay, it all happens super fast, like a set of dominoes. First, obviously, your skin heats up. Your body immediately responds by rushing more blood to the surface to try and cool you down. Now, to keep your blood pressure stable with all that going on, your heart has to start beating faster. And that flurry of activity, it kicks your sympathetic nervous system, your body's fight or flight center, into high gear. And here is one of the coolest long-term benefits of putting your body through that little workout. Studies show that regular sauna use can lead to a drop of up to 10 points in your resting systolic blood pressure. That's the top number, the pressure in your arteries when your heart beats. Now, the key here, and this is really important, is consistency. It's not a one-and-done kind of deal. Just like going to the gym once won't build muscle, it's that repeated exposure to heat that trains your whole cardiovascular system to get stronger and more efficient over time. And the benefits just keep coming. Research shows that even a single sauna session can boost your white blood cell count, which is like giving your immune system a little power-up. Plus, it relaxes your muscles and can even make the fluid in your joints less thick, which is a great way to improve mobility. Okay, now for the part that I think is just absolutely fascinating. What is going on inside your head? Let's take a look at the neuroscience of the sauna. In Japan, they have this perfect word for that blissful, clear-headed feeling you get after a cycle of sauna, cold water, and then rest. It's called totono, and thanks to a recent study, we can now actually see what the brain looks like when it's in this amazing state. So scientists hooked people up to EEGs to measure their brain activity, and the data is pretty striking. You can see this huge spike in alpha and theta brainwaves after the sauna cycle. And what's so cool about that is those are the exact same brainwaves that are dominant when someone is in a state of deep meditation. So, what does that actually feel like? Well, to put it simply, your brain just becomes more efficient. It's able to process sounds and other things going on around you with way less conscious effort. That's the science behind that feeling of mental quiet and crystal clear focus. But wait, there's more. Heat exposure can also boost a super important protein in your brain. It's called BDNF, or brain-derived neurotrophic factor. And by how much? Studies have shown it can increase by as much as 28%. So why should you care about BDNF? Well, think of it like Miracle-Gro for your brain. It's this powerful protein that helps your existing brain cells survive and even encourages the growth of brand new ones. And that's absolutely vital for things like learning, memory, and protecting your brain as you get older. Okay, so we've got a body that's adapting and getting stronger, and a brain that's becoming more efficient and more resilient. So how does all of this translate to our actual mood and our day-to-day mental health? Let's start with sleep, because it's so fundamental. This is data from over 75,000 Oura Ring users, and it's really compelling. After people used a sauna, they reported these significant jumps in both deep sleep and REM sleep, which, as you probably know, are the two most restorative and important stages of sleep for your brain. And the impact on mental health could be even more direct and profound. A clinical trial at UC San Francisco used a type of heat therapy to treat major depression, and the results, they were just remarkable. Let me just repeat that so it sinks in. Of the 12 people who finished this 8-week study, 11 of them saw their symptoms reduce so much that they no longer even met the clinical criteria for a diagnosis of major depressive disorder.
That's huge. Now, all these biological changes are incredible, right? But they're still only part of the story. Let's zoom out for a minute to one of the most powerful, but maybe most overlooked benefits of the sauna, its social power. I mean, think about it. In a world where we're all so distracted, the sauna is one of the few places left where phones are put away. The usual social armor we all wear just kind of melts away in the heat. It becomes this amazing space for genuine, judgment-free connection, creating a real sense of equality and openness. And that really brings us to this final thought. In our constant search for the next big wellness hack, the new biotech solution, have we maybe overlooked the simple, profound power of just shared warmth? Perhaps one of the most effective tools we have for improving our health isn't new at all, but an ancient practice that strengthens our bodies, calms our minds, and maybe most importantly, connects us to each other.